forgot to tell you something before. It used to request to enable it, to disable it, but I think it is working well now. We'll see it. So I think we discussed on the calibration part. After that, we have entered the data, basic input data, and we go to compute. The next one is compute. Compute means calculate. You have entered the data, then compute. Then it will calculate. It will estimate the vehicle operating costs. When it finishes, it says it is done. It's still working. It's starting time, final time, elapsed time, how many seconds it has taken to conduct the analysis. It has taken 30 seconds to analyze. So what you do is after analysis, you go back to main version. You open the main version then, because you are going to transfer the cost calculated here to the main version. So you have to open the main version and transfer this data to the main version. So let's go to where is the Excel main version? Here is main version, right? Main version. Okay, this is the main version. So you go back to the first one, this one. So you can see here it says copy and paste the results. So when you say copy and paste, it will take it to the main version and dump it there. And then you save the main version as a data source for your analysis. So I say copy and paste. Then copying and pasting data into the main module. So it has copied the main. You open it and then you copy and paste. You calculate the vehicle operating costs under HDM4. After calculation, then you open the main version and you say copy and paste. It will take it to the main version. So when you go to the main version, here is the main version. So if you see it, it's copied here. Whatever you have done in the previous one, it is copied here. So you save it under different file when you close. But there are data you have to put in and calculate. You see the vehicles here? These are the vehicles used under vehicle operating costs. You can still change the area with the yellow background. Let's say country name, you say Ethiopia if it is Ethiopia, or Somalia if it is Somalia, or Kenya. And then project name, what's the project name? You can give it a name. Is it a rural road analysis, or is it what's it? You can give it any name. For example, let me say here is Ethiopia. Roads, rural roads, improvement. This is the title, and then this is a short form, RI. I can say RI. Case study. You can case it as a case study 1. Dollars. Note this is Ethiopian birr. No. Currency name. Ethiopian birr. When you come here, it is ETB, Ethiopian birr. Duration of the wait season, just forget it. Evaluation date today, Today is February ስንት ነው? 11 ነው? February 10, 2022. This is 0.85. This is very important. This is a conversion factor. Conversion means especially the maintenance cost, the construction cost, we give it in financial terms. The price of vehicles, the fuel, we did it in economic cost. But implementation, improvement cost, we do it in financial. So this is a conversion factor from financial to economic, a conversion factor. What it means is out of 100% of the financial cost, 15% is a tax or transfer payment. The economic cost is 85% of that. So it takes 85% of the cost we have given as an improvement cost or construction cost or maintenance cost. It will take only 85% of that for the analysis. This is a conversion factor from the financial cost to economic cost, 0.85. It's a conversion factor. Transform the financial cost into economic cost, we choose 0.85. Okay, so you leave it there, but if you have other, usually it is between 0.8 and 0.85. So you can come up with 0.8 or 0.82, 0.81, any factor you can use it here. How much is the tax? You go through it and see how much is the tax, then you calculate the tax portion, and you can put it here, the factor. Discount rate, 10.23, the Ethiopian case, 10.23%. Evaluation period, 20 years ያለው ነው. This is 20 years of analysis period. Let me say I take 22. It will not take. Let me see. Look. It doesn't take more than 20. 20 is maximum. Huh? Let's see, it is 18. Huh? You can take 18. Anything less than 20, analysis period, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you can do. But more than 20 years, it cannot take. That's one of the disadvantages of this small software, because there is a construction period, there is implementation period. It may take 3 years. And then after we start, generating the benefit, getting the benefit. So if you take 20 years, 3 years of implementation, so the years for benefit generation is 17 years, 20 minus 3. So the advantage of HDM4 is it can take any years, even above 20. That's the advantage part of the HDM4. But this one is a disadvantaged portion. You can take any years between 0 and 20, but not more than 20. So 10.3, this is 10.3, evaluation period, 20 years maximum. Then initial calendar year, this year, 2022. This is the population. This is the population under the influence area of the road. As we estimated last time, we take a road, this is an existing road, between two towns, between two cities, we take a road, a small road, between villages, and you take the influence of the road, and then you calculate the area, how many square kilometers is influenced by the project road. Then you multiply by the density, population density. You can estimate, but this cannot change the result of the analysis. It's just what it needs is the price of the vehicle, the tire price, fuel price. Those are the important ones. It's just for additional calculation purposes, this one. It's not so significant, but you can still put the number of population here. How many people are influenced by the project road? You can put any figure here. These are the vehicles. You cannot change them. It's already used and costs are estimated. These are the terrain type, flat, rolling, mountainous, paved, gravel, earth. These are already existing. Now the condition, road condition, it can take either roughness or speed or both. So if you take roughness or speed, either speed or roughness, it is the same, it doesn't make any difference. But in the case of both, if there are lots of heavy traffic on the road, more than 30% of the ADT, if it's heavy traffic, you can use this one, the both part. Because there is a platoon of vehicles. The existence of big trucks affects the movement of vehicles. In that case, it's very important that you put the last one. Otherwise, you can either use roughness or speed. It's not a problem. But you take ADT, you see the volume of truck traffic in the volume. If there are many truck traffic, you can put the third one. Otherwise, you can use either one of them, either roughness or speed. This is the one. Then you come to unit VOC speeds. These are, the part under yellow are the calculated and transferred from the VOC. This is the portion which is transferred. If you can see, here is terrain A, that's flat terrain. A is flat, B is rolling, C is mountainous. So this is flat terrain. These are the vehicles. It is a flat, it's a paved road we have used. I think when you go down, it goes even to gravel, earth road, gravel road. So this is a paved one, for the paved one. When you come here, these are the vehicle operating Ethiopian birr per vehicle kilometer. Per vehicle kilometer. This is operating cost. Under 2 is roughness. 2 means that's a perfect road. It's smooth, it's not so rough. When you see 10, it is a rough road, especially for asphalt road. If roughness is 10, it is a very difficult road. If it is gravel, no problem. But if it is asphalt road, if it is 10 RI, International Roughness Index is I, means it's a very rough road. 20 is very rough. Asphalt road, it doesn't exist with 20 RI, but for gravel road, it's possible. So these are the portion which is transferred from the VOC to the main version. So our interest, we can leave it here as it is. Don't touch this one. Now we come here. This is important. Here, number of passengers per vehicle. Bus mini bus. Number of passengers. It's more than that, Mini bus. At least it should be 14 for bus mini. Goods vehicles, usually these are for transportation of goods. You can leave it as it. Only the driver, nobody else. Bus light, we can take it as high as 27 in the Ethiopian case. Bus medium, you can take 40. Bus heavy, you can take 55. Truck light, what will be the number of passengers in the case of trucks? Time cost calculate. It's going to calculate time cost. So what is the number of passengers? If you ask the number, this, it doesn't include the drivers, the assistants, include directly. These are the passengers who are paying money, transport cost, and they travel from one place to another. So that's what it's asking. So a truck, what will be the number? No, yes. Truck is not a passenger transport vehicle. So there is no passenger in the case of trucks. It is 0. In the case of all trucks, the number of passengers is 0. But the passenger cars, you have to include some. Passengers time cost. Passenger time cost means this for cargo, this for passenger. Let's take, for example, an office worker. day. If the road is rough, if there is delays involved, then how much it is going to cost the nation? Not the individual, but the nation, because you have not entered the office on time. So who is losing is the country, not you. So because of bad roads, there are delays. Because of delays, people don't get to work on time, and then the national well-being, the national income will go down. That's what they assume. So let's take, for example, a driver, small bus, small bus, small car, let's take cars. Driver, salary, let's say, bus traveler, they will not pay that much. Actually, they are not paid so high. So we can take maybe half of that. That's how you calculate it. The important is how you calculate. So this is when you spend time on the road because of its badness. That's what costs you. Passenger time cost, you put the money here. Per passenger per hour time. So if it is a bus mini, you may put, that's too high. Let's take half of that, 60. Goods vehicles. This is the guy who is driving the vehicle himself. If it is delayed, it costs him. You have to. It could be, more than. It could be 100 maybe. Bus medium, the same thing, 60. Bus light. Bus heavy, the same thing. The rest we don't include. Cargo delay cost. Cargo delay cost, it's very difficult to get for our case. I've seen literature in America, it is $25 per hour. If a cargo is delayed, it doesn't reach on time to the shoppers, to the market. Because of delay, it will cost them. Like storage coastal. They have got storage spaces. If it doesn't reach on time, it will cost them because they have to pay for the house, rental house, whether they have goods or they don't. So it will cost them. So goods have to reach on time. If they are delayed on the way, it will cost them. Cargo delay cost, it exists. But I have not seen in the Ethiopian case. We have to do a thorough research to do that. But I don't know how far we can get data from individuals. If you go and ask them, they may say, you are going to increase tax. They will not give you any information. It's a problem. So cargo delay cost ማለት, if the cargo is delayed, it will cost so much. The individual, the country ማለት ነው. This is what you need. Okay? You have to include also accident costs. Accident costs usually you get from insurances. If a person dies because of car accident, how much are they paying per individual? In developed countries, it's in millions of dollars. 30, 40 years ago in Canada, it was $1 million per person insurance. Maybe it could be many millions there now. In our country, I was insured life insurance. I had a life insurance. It was only 30 per individual. If I die, they will give me 30,000 per. So that's not insurance at all. That's what it asks here, insurance. You can give either average for all of them. There are 3 kinds of accidents. Fatality is death. Then injury, if you are hospitalized because of a car accident, hospitalized, I think they say more than a day. And Damage only, this is property damage of the vehicle, and the damage of road furniture like a pole, bridges, when you do damage to them, or houses, that's a property damage. So either you can put by accident type or the average one. If you put both, it will use the average one. If you put the details of that and the average one, it will use the average one. Otherwise, if you put the details, then you put this one at 0. You have to make it 0. Then it will use this one, the details. If you put both of them, it will take the average. So this is accident cost. Okay, this is accident. Traffic, you have to put this. This is the ADT. How much is the ADT, average annual daily traffic? How many bus mini, how many goods vehicles, how many bus light, how many bus medium, how many bus heavy, how many truck light. You have to put, this is ADT. This one, it calculates itself. The software calculates, you don't need to do that. Only you do the yellow ones. These are the growth rates. As you can see, you have to put for every 5 years. Here it has 2022 to 2026, 2027 to 2031, from 32 to 36, from 37 to 41. Is it 20 years? I think 20 years, 20 years, every 5 years, you put a growth rate of a traffic growth rate. No? Usually growth rate down when you do in your study, traffic growth rate, normal distributions. That's how you have to use. The life of a road is 20 years. ለምሳሌ እዚህ ከሆነ year ነው አረጋግጣችሁ 2000 ነው 2022 ያላችሁ 23 ያላችሁ እስከ 2041 በዚህ በኩል ኤዲቲ ነው እዚህ ኤዲቲ this is here now. The traffic on, በዚህ በ20 years ብታው ሰወር እንደዚህ ነው በዚህ ላይ ፒክ ያደርግና it goes down towards the end of the project. Usually when you use a growth rate, for the first 3 years it is very low. For the next 5 years it will go on. For the next 5 years it will go on. Finally it will pick up somewhere here. And this gets saturated. Now because of the condition of the road goes down, and anybody who got attracted to the road, and then so the road rate will go down, the ADT will go down. So it's like normal distribution. When the road is open, the reaction will be low. Then it will become high, and then starts going down. So the growth rate, if I were, in the case of bus mini, 2022 to 2020, if I say 3, and then the next one could be 5, then another 6.5, then 4 maybe, 4%. It will go like that. Huh? So you give the growth rate of the traffic, you give the ADT, you give the growth rate. This is not applicable. Ziga, I told you yesterday about this one, the price elasticity. You can give either the traffic or the price elasticity. Percent of normal traffic every year, growth rate ማለት every year, number of traffic growth rates, you can put either, percent of normal traffic. If I say 5, every 5% of the ADT will grow. If it was 100, it will become next year 105, and the next year 110. It will go on like that. So growth rate will be 5%. If I do that, I'll forget about the price elasticity. Price elasticity, as we calculated yesterday, 1.5 kadarlagan, then 1.5 all throughout, 1.5. I'll put it here. I'll forget about this one. So either of the two, one of them. So either this one 0 and 1.5, or this one 0 and this is the percentage. You can put either of them. Generated traffic, no? This is, yesterday I told you there is normal traffic, diverted traffic, generated traffic, development traffic. This is generated traffic. We have given it a normal traffic up there. This is a normal traffic. We are giving it a generated traffic here. So it will generate as new traffic because of the introduction of the road or improvement of the road. You can either leave it as it is. It can be 0. Maybe if there is no generated traffic, you can leave it 0. If there is 1, you have to put that. That's what it says. It will also ask for induced traffic. This is too much to do. It's not necessary. And there are different alternatives. If you are doing a very detailed project, you can do that. But in this case, as an example, you don't need to do that. So I have not asked you to do it in your assignment. So you can leave it, but you can look into it. Traffic, growth rate and generated traffic. You give normal traffic, you give growth rate, and then generate traffic. This is the multi-criteria indicators I told you. The model has got a provision, but it is not considering it in its calculation. It's just a provision. So what does it mean? The first one says poverty level of area. That project area, the poverty level of the people in that area. Poverty level of area of influence. If it is low, poverty low corner, the condition is better, man. If it is medium, it's okay. If it is high, it's a poverty area, very poor area. So you can put, if you put -10 here, it is low. If it is 0, it is medium. If it is high, you can put 10. So that's what the multi-criteria indicators ask. Potential for economic development. This is like we say potentially cultivable area. We say it in the case of the traditional model. So much of area is potentially cultivable. So there is potential development in that area. So we can say potential for economic development of area of influence. If it is low, already there are few land, maybe if it is already developed or cultivated, you can say low. If it is medium, there is half. If there is high potential area, then you put 10. That's what it means, potential area. Road maintenance given by local, road importance given by local consultation. People, there are, maybe they need it high. They need it seriously, the road. So sometimes if you are using it for manufacturing purposes, for industrial purposes, maybe they may not be interested in that road. But if it's an agricultural road, if the farmers need it, they say we need the road very dearly, very seriously. In that case, we may say low, they don't need it, it's very low. Medium, half. If they say high, that means they need, very seriously. They need the road. That's what it means. Road provision of access to social services. That road gives services to schools, to education, to women development, to other purposes anyways. That's what it means. Road importance given by local road provision to social services. Malet, health, education, for any social purpose of serving. Now, in that case, we can give points for the road. Road all-weather transitability problem. Transitable means the road will take you to another road. It will connect you to another road to transfer you to another road. That's what it means. It's not a deadlock. Deadlock means the road ends somewhere. It doesn't connect you to any other road. But transitable means to connect you to another road, to another highway. So if it is connecting, then you give it a value. If it is not, you leave it. If it's deadlocked, 0. Road functional classification, highly classified. The roads that are very high, very big roads that accommodate heavy traffic. If you are constructing it for a big purposes, then you can say it is a highly functional road. If it is a rural road, you can take it as a rural road. It's not so a big one. So that's how you categorize the road here. That's what the multi-criteria purpose here. But anyways, it is not using in the model. You can leave it as it is, but that's what it means. Here, this is the data we put for calculation purposes. Here, there are 4 alternatives. Grading every 60 days. This is alternative 0. Without the project, malatna. This is without the project, you grade the road every 60 days. Now, alternative 1, you grade the road every 45 days instead of 60 days. So these are choices of improvement, alternatives of improvement. Existing 60 days. Already, they are doing it 60 days, every 60 days, grading, every 2 months. Now, if you take it to 45 days, what's going to happen? Or upgrade it to surface treatment, the road. The road is this one. It's a gravel road. You are grading it every 60 days. So if you change the surface to asphalt, what's going to happen? Or the last one, upgrade the asphalt to asphalt concrete. So these 3 alternatives. You are taking a road at a time with a maximum of 3 alternatives. What are the 3 alternatives? Either you upgrade it every 45 days, or to surface treatment to asphalt concrete. 3 alternatives are. So what the model does is, it compares each one of them with the 0 alternative and calculates the VOC and gives you the values. Then you compare which one will give you the maximum vehicle operating cost saving, which is that. So comparative alternative 1, alternative 2, alternative 3 against alternative 0. It treats each alternative with 0 alternative and then calculates the VOC, and it will give you the result. You may take either one of them then, either alternative 0 and 1, and see whether it's a viable project, alternative 1 and 2, or alternative 1 and 3. So you can take any other 2 combinations or all the 3 of them. A maximum of 3 you take. So what do? It says terrain type. Terrain type B means what? B corner, what does it mean? It's rolling now, I don't know. B is rolling. If you want to change, you can come and change. Maybe it is flat, you say it's flat. But in this case, B. Then you come here. B is again rolling, terrain. You can change it. Tafadhamu? Huh? Sri Kalachu, what is that? What is Sri? Huh? C is mountainous. So if it is mountainous, you say mountainous. So you can take this is a road type. Why Mindana? Gravel road or earth road. X is paved road. The X is paved. in both cases it's paved. Length, the length of the road, you can write it here. So length the length, road surface, you put here a surface. Here is the length. Usually it is more. Roughness. I'll give you an assignment. You have to be careful. The source of the benefit is vehicle operating cost saving. Vehicle operating cost saving is a result of road roughness. So if there is no change in road roughness, there will be no benefit. So usually I give you a roughness of the existing road and then the roughness of the improved road. You have to put both of them. The values I have given you, you have to put them. And sometimes, they'll put 7 here, leave it 7 here, 7 again, and 7 again. Then there will be no vehicle operating cost saving. So whatever I give you, you have to put the roughness in this case, the roughness in this case, the roughness. The roughness of a gravel road is not the same as the roughness of an earth road, not the same as a paved road. Paved road in Dalquachu, if it is a very good road, roughness is 2. If it is excellent, R is 2. If it is a good road, between 3 and 4. A good road. A fair road, 5 and 6. A bad road, 7 and 8. Very bad condition. Then the vehicle operating cost will be very high. So if you are improving a road from very poor condition to a better one, then the vehicle operating cost saving will be significant, will be very high. So you have to be very careful in putting the roughness in this case. It is the source of your benefit. It's not like the traditional model. You get the benefit out of the area cultivated. But in this case, it is a consumer's approach who are benefiting as the users of the road, and the users of the road benefit from vehicle operating cost saving. So vehicle operating cost saving is very important in this case. In that case, roughness is very important, a very important input. So you put the roughness, and you come here, investment duration. Investment duration. What does it mean? Investment duration. Huh? Huh? Construction period, implementation period, construction period. If it is 1, it takes 1 year. If it is more than 1, like 2 years, it takes 2 years. 3 years, 3. So the maximum it takes is 3 years. Red model, maximum 3 years. HDM4, maximum 5 years. Implementation period, construction period or improvement period, maximum. What does 100% mean? 100%. You can see here, percent of investment cost at year 1, at year 2, at year 3. This is the money you spend per year. If it is a 1-year project, then you spend the whole of money on the first year. That's why it's 100%. If you have said, for example, here 2 years, if it is 2 years, then first year I may spend 40%, and then next year 60%. That's 200%. If I say 3 years of implementation, I may say 30%, 40%, and again 30%, or any percentage for 3 years. So it depends on the number of the years. That's why 100%, when I say 100%, it means I spend all the money or the project is implemented in 1 year. So this is what you put here. Financial investment cost. Financial. This is Ethiopian birr per kilometer. That's what it means. in US dollars ነው ይሄ ነገር so if I give you a value you put a different value here but as you have seen here it says financial investment cost it has to convert it into economic cost how does it do that to economic cost how does it change it because all the values of the vehicle prices, tire price, everything is economic cost. This is a financial cost. For comparative purposes, all of them have to be in economic cost. These have to be converted into economic cost. How do you do that? Hmm?
Financial cost ላይ አክሰፕትን
አዎ ስማ ዳክት ታደርጋለህ ግን እኮ እዚህ ጋር I've told you I've shown you somewhere there is a value for that እኮ I've shown you somewhere if you come here I think እዚህ አለ the traffic ማለት ነው and then you go I think this VOC calculated one no this is a calculated one control setup chat እዚህ ጋር this is a conversion factor ብያቸዋለሁ this is a conversion factor it is always there it will convert all the financial costs into economic costs ስለዚህ 15% of the cost is tax 85% of the cost is economic cost so this is what it will consider now it will convert all this financial cost into economic cost fixed financial maintenance cost you have to put here fixed financial maintenance cost that is maintenance cost of the road per year ማለት ነው variable financial maintenance cost Ethiopian birr per kilometer per year per ADT ይላል ይሄ ምንም ተውት ይሄንን ምንም አያስፈልግም ይሄ financial variable financial maintenance cost this is a recurrent cost per kilometer per year per ADT no የሚለው so if you give the financial maintenance cost that's enough this one don't worry and don't bother yourself about this one per kilometer per year per ADT ራሱ ሊያካፍለው ይችላል this is accident cost this is accident cost this is accident so we have put the accident cost last time somewhere we have put accident cost I think እዚህ ጋር ትራፊክ የሚለው ጋር የአክሲደንት ኮስት ያስቀመጠን ይመስለኛል somewhere accident cost ያስቀምጠናል ታስታውሱ ከሆነ if you are remembering you remember traffic A1 I1 this is accident cost this is a cost what we give it here is the number of accidents per year no here 200 accident rate that's accident per 100 million vehicle kilometer ያለውን ነው this is per 100 million vehicle kilometer እንትኑ how you calculate it I will show it to you I've data somewhere ምንድነው 5,000 corner. 5,000. 5,000 absolute corner. Then here you add this one, x, divide it for 100 million. Is that I tell you 100 million in random? እዚህ ጋር የሚጠይቀው accident rate per 100 million vehicle kilometer. ስለዚህ you divide that by 100 million ምን ማለት ነው? ይሄ ለ100 ሚሊዮን ታካፍሉታላችሁ። ይሄኛው ፋይናሊ እንግዲህ ተካፍሎ የመጣው let's say y ቢሆን finally 5,000 accidents will be divided by y. So this is the accident for 100 million vehicle kilometers. So we put it here. So you get ADT by vehicle type, annual kilometer coverage by vehicle type. Then you multiply that, you divide it by 100 million, you get that value, then you divide the number of accidents by whatever figure you have got. Then you get Ziga accident rate per 100 vehicle kilometer. Out of that, how many percent is fatality, death, how many percent is injury, how many percent is property damage. That's what you put. So you put the accident per 100 million vehicle kilometer, and then you put the percentages of each one of them. So it's expected that every time you improve the road, the accident will come down. That's the assumption, but not the real case in Ethiopia. Because there's not, unless there is traffic enforcement, the speed will increase, the drivers will be reckless, they will run like anything, and accidents will be even higher than it was. That's what's happening in our country. Accident is very serious in Ethiopia because of poor enforcement now. So you put accidents per 100 million vehicle kilometer. The rest you can leave it. Just leave it as it is, not necessary. As you go on, you may understand it. So you have put the data now inside the data. The figures under the yellow background, you change the figures, and then when you come here, project alternative, Ziga social benefit. If you have any data on social benefit from social services, if you have any data you can put in. Environmental data, benefits, you can put it. Social data like from education, from health, from gender, you can put any data here if you had. Otherwise, leave it as it is. Then you come here. This is the result you get. This is the result you get. It's automatic. You don't say calculate, but it will automatically calculate it. So the first one, net present value at 10.3% ይሰጣል. And then internal rate of return 237% as it is now. We have not included so much data. So this is this project viable? Is it viable? And which project is more viable? The more you can see NPV. Alternative 3 ነው የሚያሳየው እንግዲህ 42.40 ይላል ኤንፒቪው ነው in millions ነው እና yesterday I have told you mutually exclusive ያልኩት አለ for planning purpose you use RR. If you have the money, if you are going to implement now, you take one project and You take as much as you have money and then leave the rest. In that case, the criteria will be NPV. If it is for planning purposes, you don't have the money now, you study your projects and you put it in priority. In that case, RR, internal rate of return, is the criteria to do that. Otherwise, use NPV. So here is NPV. RR, you can see it, 332% it says. But I've given you the data in the case of the assignment. You can put the data and you can use it. Equivalent annual benefits, annual benefits divided by the number of years ማለት ነው. You have total benefits you have got. You have a number of years. You divide by the year and get annual benefit. You can get it. Modified internal rate of return, you calculate አድርጓል. 41%, 32%. I've told you about modified internal rate of return, and you have to calculate that. 32%, 33%. Modified internal rate of return. RR and MRR are different things. You have to know. Net present value per financial investment cost. It just divided the NPV by the financial cost. Financial cost, it has given there. NPV is a calculated one. It divided the NPV by the financial cost. That's what it has put here. It's not so much important for us to say whether a road project is viable or not, but simply for observation purposes, you can look into it. Net present value per financial investment cost, net present value per present value of economic agency cost. Economic agency cost similar, it is the owner of the road, like ERA for example. This is a construction cost. The ERA NPV cost is the construction cost discounted to present value. That's what it means. Present value of ERA costs are, we said 3 years, for example, implementation period. So we have to discount, bring them to present time. It is discounted, added together, and expressed at present time. So that present value, here it says net present value of economic agency costs. Divide net present value by present value of the agency costs. The present value of all the costs are maintenance cost is included, development cost is included, everything is included. Then you divide by present value of the agency costs. They are a cost ratio. You calculate the ratio. What it means is net present value. Net present value, no? Net present value ስለሆነ net present value is a benefit. It's a benefit. NPV, as you say, they discounted. Most of the costs, ERA costs, maintenance cost is minimal. Maintenance cost is minimal. So what it says is NPV. NPV means total discounted benefits TDB ብለናል minus total discounted cost TDC ብለናል is equal to net present value. Net present value. ከዛ total net present value ነው። ከዛ net present value of agency costs. ያ የሚያሳየው ይህ ማለት ነው። ፎር ኤግዛምፕል ኢትስ ሲሪየስ ኢምፕሊሜንቴሽን year 1 year አለ year 1 year 2 year 3 amount of expenditure cost to ምሳሌ let's say 10 million is 10 million 3 million first year 3 million last year is no, I think 4 million. 4 million 500,000 divided. Now 2 million 500,000. Now first year 2 million 500,000. Second year 4 million 500,000. Third year 3 million 500,000. Total is 10 million. 10 million present discounted value. Discounted value. Discounted another one. Discount this one. X1, X2, X3. Total Xi. I goes from 1 to 3 in number 1. So, this is the present value ratio. No? We take a ratio. This one. Is it the other way or present value and the PV must have been taken. In the PV, the present value of agency cost formula. And the PV, total and PV, no? Present value of agency cost. This was the first class. So you have NPV overall. This is the one overall. This is the present value of the cost. Then you divide NPV by this one. Then you calculate the ratio. So what will be the ratio of the total NPV over the agency cost? You know, this is what you calculate. Now, it doesn't decide the viability of projects, just an exercise. ያው እዚህ ጋር first benefit per economic investment cost. You can calculate that. Financial investment cost. Present value of economic agency cost. አሁን calculate ያደረግነው. This is the one. We just calculated. Present value economic normal traffic user cost. These are all, results of the analysis, but to say a project is viable or not, it's not so important. But you can go through it and look at it. It doesn't change the results. Just another, additional information. Just information. This is the most important part. In the PVU, parameter, whatever parameters you will get it here. RR, NPV, whatever, you get it here. That's it. Any other thing is additional information. Net present value, graph society cost, graph something. You can come here and see, whatever additional data there are. You can go in, for example, it says wet season, traffic composition of traffic, and then maintenance cost, investment cost, accident cost, all these are provided. Details are given here. You can go in and look into it. That's what it says. The most important part is this one, which I just showed you. This is the most important part. For the information I asked, for the question I have raised, in the assignment case, you come here, you calculate, and tell me the results you have got. That's what it is. ስለዚህ there are data that are required. The logo አለ, this control setup, these are the data you enter, you come here, this is the value it came from HDM4 result note, which is transferred from HDM4 to the main version. These are the ones you don't touch it, but you have to copy and paste it. This is the time and accident data. If there is data, you can put it here. This is the time cost. If you have data, you can put it here. If I have given you, you can even put yourself if you have any information on that. So you put accident data, time cost, traffic. You have to put the traffic. I've given you the traffic, so you have to put it with the growth rates. This is ADT. These are growth rates. I've given it to you. You have to put it in. Accident, I don't think I put anything on accident, unless you are interested. So I'm interested in these ones, the ADT and the growth rates. I've given for every 5 years. So you have to put it there. This one not. No multi-criteria. A is just the inputs we talked about. The kilometer, you have to put it. The road surface, the alignment, whether flat, rolling, or mountainous, you have to put it. Roughness is very important, you have to put it. These are, implementation period. For some of you, I've said 3 years. For some of you, I've said 2 years. So you have to put that one. The cost by year. If it is 1 year, just you put the cost for 1 year. Sometimes even, I may have given you only alternative 0 against alternative 1, which is surface treatment. Only surface treatment against surface. So alternative 1 is here. The alternative 0 is here. So you compare this one with this one, surface treatment. I don't need this one. Don't include any data. Just use this one and the last one. Or sometimes you use this one and the last one, which is concrete. This is bituminous. This is concrete. Sometimes you compare alternative 0 against the bituminous surface, or you can compare the gravel road against the concrete surface. So I've given you only one alternative. No, 2 alternatives. One is the original one, another one is the improvement one. So I may have given you surface treatment against the existing one, or a concrete one against the existing one. So put the data in proper and then generate the results. That's what it's all about. So this is the main version. This is the main version. So we have said HDM4, we have put data, the price of vehicles, the price of fuel, the price, inputs, you have calculated the VOC, then copy and paste, you have sent it to the main version. Now in the main version, you have entered additional data, and you have generated the economic parameters and the PV, RR. So you come up here, you put the results. That's what all about. So when you come, it doesn't take time. We'll see the risk analysis and the program analysis. It wouldn't take time, maybe 1 hour maximum. Then you go to HDM4. So now we spend HDM4 time, our time today and tomorrow on HDM4. You have to enter data and generate the results. That's what you do. Okay? So sorry for the time we lost, but see you after lunch.